What's good, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. It is raining right here in Portage, Indiana. It's August 16th, 2016. I am your host, Leon Jones. You can catch me every Saturday on Blog Talk Radio from 12 to 2. It's Blog Talk Radio / 411 Talk Zone radio show. Call-in number is 215-383-5785. If you have a topic that you would like for me to discuss, you can email me at lej6521@gmail.com. Topic: dating in your lane. That's right, dating in your lane. Let me explain. You can go on an online dating site, you can go on a television program, a radio program, and you have individuals who are somewhat undesirable. Let me break the online dating profile down for the majority of this video, because this is where I see a lot of the shindiggity going on, okay? You have a number of individuals, and this is going to be fair and balanced like Fox News, so this is not gender specific. I like to keep everything down the middle, neutral, because that's the truth. If you take a quarter, you have heads, you have tails. If I only call out one side, I'm being biased, so I call out both sides. The truth is in the middle. There are no gray areas here. Want to get that out of the way. Continuing with the topic. You have a number of men and women on the online dating profiles. And when you read their profiles, they have nothing to do with love. It's basically superficial. The women talk about, well, I want a guy that has a good job, an education, money, his own house. And the men want somebody with a good body, beautiful hair, beautiful face. Okay. You have to be physically attracted to somebody. That's part of the chemistry. But what about the characteristics? What makes this person attracted to you? Okay. What I mean by staying in your lane. Let me explain. If I'm a person that is basically broke, why am I entitled to somebody that has more than me? Because at the end of the day, they can benefit me, but I can't benefit them. This is what you have, and particularly a number of women do this. You have a mother who has a bunch of kids, or even one kid, but she feels inclined to dating somebody with no kids. Now, there are exceptions to the rules. It can work if this person with no kids likes to date a woman with children. Now, I always believe in being equally yoked. If I'm broke, date somebody that's broke. You put your heads together, you find out how to get out of the situation. You have something in common, because compatibility is the rule when it comes to dating. A number of us don't see that. Let me give you another example. If I have a job and a car and you don't, but you still feel inclined that you want somebody with a job and a car, how does that make sense? It doesn't. You're being selfish, narcissistic, because you believe in having, again, more than you can provide. You see, in a relationship, ladies and gentlemen, both parties must come to the table to create what we call an interlocking balance. You see, I have my fingers together. They're interlocked. Well, if they're not interlocked, there's a problem. This is where the problems and the shindiggity starts. You have individuals who have this selfish thinking that bring nothing to a relationship, but expect the person that has something to cater to this person's needs and wants. But whenever the person with something asks the person who doesn't have something to help out, this person over here gets upset. Well, they're upset because they really have nothing to offer. And this is why we have a problem with relationships, and why men believe that they put out the money, women put out the sex. And this is where it gets into a video I'm going to do in the future called Dating is Legal Prostitution. This is why a woman on this side becomes a booty call and a man on this side becomes a John. Because you are buying her love with your resources. In other words, you're trading your resources for her beauty. Doesn't make sense. Let's tell you how it's done. I live a certain lifestyle. Wouldn't make sense for me to date Oprah. I'm not in her league. Might be in her league as being a person, but financially and stably or stability, I'm not there. She has a whole different lifestyle than I have, where I have to provide for myself. She can hire cooks, she can hire valet service and security. I can't. I couldn't offer her anything. And folks, you have to be honest with yourself when it comes to staying in your lane. Let me give you another suggestion. If you have a person who's obese and they're asking for a person who's not obese, well, the person who is not obese might not want somebody who's obese, and the person who's obese is going to try to shame him or her. Well, date somebody that's basically your same size. And then you get together because you're compatible in that aspect. You try to find a solution to lose weight. I always say if you're a single parent, you should date another single parent, because there's more understanding for the most part. Yes, can opposites attract? Because that's basically what it is when you're dating somebody out of your lane or out of your league. Opposites attract, but opposites don't endure. In other words, you're going to get all the benefits of a relationship, the sex, the whining and dining, on a short-term perspective. But at the 3, 6, or even a year, this person might not be any good, because you're finding out who they really are. You have individuals who do a good job of hiding the truth about themselves. But the way you will find out, yes, you can vet them, follow the action. You know, like Toucan Sam, the bird, the Fruit Loop bird, follow your nose, it always knows. Follow your action, you'll get satisfaction. Because in the long run, the person's going to drop cues in the conversation. Because I'm finding it with dating experience. This is why I have produced the 52 rules of dating. You have individuals that are asking for a lot and are providing nothing in return. I don't know if you all remember the formula that I subscribe to. It's called the MEET formula. When you meet a person, well, meeting is just not meeting a person physically. MEET stands for money, energy, emotions, and time. You have to find out if that person is going to be worth your time. And when you're dating out of your lane, there's a problem. I'll give you another example. You have a person that likes to go dancing. Well, if this person likes to go dancing and I don't, we have a problem. If I'm business oriented and I'm working on my education and this person isn't, there's another problem. We're trying to put two opposing interests together and they don't work. But basically, when I say dating out of your lane, I'm talking about being in a position. You have a number of individuals who want to date, but they're not financially, they're not emotionally or physically stable right now to date. And when you're asking the person who is in position, you're just putting more stress on that person who is got the position, and there's going to be resentment in the end. Relationships are not difficult. We just play too many games, or we have a perception that we can have a relationship. Another example, this person is trying to be the jack of all trades and master in none, and this person is the jack of all trades and master in a lot. Well, there could be a relationship, but this person and this person, they're diametrically opposed, and it's only going to be short term. And I'm putting this video out trying to eliminate some of you guys being used for your money and some of you ladies being used for your body, because that's basically what's happening. You know, a lot of these relationships are basically convenient relationships, particularly the modern way, because men and women really don't want to commit. They want to say they have a relationship, but in the long run, they want to have fun. They just want the sex. They don't have the discipline to commit. They don't have the maturity. And also, being in a relationship, it's the mindset. You know, being strong means you can endure. You have to be a problem solver, a good communicator. You have to trust. You have to leave all your baggage behind. And you have to clearly state what you're seeking. And if you're meeting a person that is not on that level, then you're overqualified to be with that person. There's going to be problems. That person needs to step their game up. And vice versa, you need to step your game up because you're not qualified to be with that person. And what's going to happen, it's going to be a waste of time and resentment. I'm going to talk more in future videos about this subject. I'll also talk about it on Blog Talk Radio, but I thank you all for listening to this edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show on YouTube. Just remember, be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Take care of one another. I'm out.